Picture this. You're scrolling through social media when you see a comment that makes your blood boil. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and suddenly you're typing an angry response at light speed. Sound familiar? Welcome to the human condition in the digital age, where our emotions can be hijacked faster than a spaceship in a sci-fi thriller. But what if I told you that ancient Roman philosophers discovered an emotional force field that could protect you from taking everything to heart? Today, we're diving into the Stoic technique that's more powerful than any futuristic technology. Chapter 2: The Ancient Operating System. Imagine your mind as a sophisticated computer from the year 150 AD. The Stoics essentially created the first emotional operating system, complete with built-in firewalls against psychological attacks. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote in his personal journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Think of this as the original antivirus software for your emotions. While we can't control the incoming data streams of life, we can absolutely control how our internal processors handle that information. Chapter 3: The Reality Matrix. Here's where it gets science fiction level mind-bending. The Stoics discovered something neuroscientists are only now proving. Our emotional reality is a construction of our own minds. When someone cuts you off in traffic, your brain creates a story. It might be, "This person disrespected me." But what if the real story is, "This person is rushing to the hospital with a family emergency"? The Stoics called this the discipline of perception. They realized that between stimulus and response, there's a space, and in that space lies our freedom to choose our interpretation. Chapter 4: The Circle of Control Technique. Imagine you're piloting a spaceship through an asteroid field. You can't control where the asteroids are, but you can absolutely control how you navigate through them. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of history's greatest philosophers, taught this fundamental technique. Draw 3 circles in your mind. Circle 1. Things completely under your control: your thoughts, your values, your responses, your efforts. This is your command center. Circle 2. Things you can influence but not completely control: your relationships, your health, your career progress. You're the co-pilot here. Circle 3. Things completely outside your control: other people's opinions, the weather, the past, the ultimate outcomes of your efforts. You're just a passenger in this zone. The magic happens when you realize that 90% of your emotional suffering comes from trying to control circles 2 and 3 while neglecting circle 1. Chapter 5: The Emotional Jedi Mind Trick. Here's where we get practical. When someone says something that normally would send you into emotional hyperdrive, try this Stoic technique I call the observer mode. Step 1. Notice the emotional reaction rising. Don't fight it, just observe it like a scientist studying an interesting phenomenon. Step 2. Ask yourself, is this reaction helping me or harming me? Usually the answer is obvious. Step 3. Remember that their words are just sound waves traveling through air. They only have the power you give them. Marcus Aurelius used to remind himself how much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does, but only to what he does himself. Chapter 6: The Time Travel Test. Here's a technique that would make any time traveler proud. When something upsets you, mentally fast forward to different points in the future. Will this matter in 1 hour? Probably not. Will this matter in 1 day? Unlikely. Will this matter in 1 year? Almost certainly not. The Stoics called this memento mori, remembering that everything is temporary. That embarrassing moment, that harsh criticism, that social media drama, it's all just cosmic dust in the grand timeline of the universe. As Seneca wrote, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Chapter 7: The immunity booster protocol. Just like your body builds immunity through exposure to small amounts of pathogens, your emotional resilience grows through controlled exposure to minor annoyances. The Stoics practiced something called voluntary discomfort. They'd intentionally expose themselves to small inconveniences to build their emotional immune system. Start small, take cold showers, wake up earlier, or practice being calm when someone disagrees with you online. Think of it as emotional CrossFit for your mind. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally intelligent. You're not suppressing feelings, you're choosing which ones deserve your energy. Chapter 8. The Daily Debugging Routine. Every night, Marcus Aurelius would run a diagnostic on his emotional operating system. You can do the same with this simple 3-question protocol. Question 1. What triggered my emotions today, and was my response proportional? Question 2. What was within my control that I worried about unnecessarily? Question 3. How can I respond better tomorrow if a similar situation arises? This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You're literally reprogramming your default emotional responses, one day at a time. Remember, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your responses. The Stoics understood something that modern neuroscience is only now proving. The space between what happens to us and how we react is where our freedom lives. Every time you choose not to take something personally, you're exercising a superpower that would make any fictional hero jealous. You're literally rewiring your brain to be more resilient, more peaceful, and more focused on what actually matters. So the next time life throws you a curveball, remember, you have an ancient force field at your disposal. Use it wisely, and watch as the world's emotional chaos bounces right off you like you're wearing invisible armor. As the Stoics would say, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way.